Love.
Thursday nights starting at 8:05 p.m. on KXVS 92.1 FM, the voice of Stockton.
My name is Miriam, and I am the voice of Stockton.
Hi, everyone. You're tuned into Breaking Barriers with Jocelyn. I'm the host for this week's Wednesday show. I'm always the host for Wednesday show. What are you talking about? You guys caught me off guard. Okay, so this week we have a really cool guest from Elk Grove area. Actually from Carmichael, but he went all the way down.
When's he going to get here?
Huh?
I'm looking forward to meeting him.
Hey, that's you.
Oh.
Okay. I was just looking at some of the questions that were coming in already, and I'm like, whoa, okay. We've got Angel Alvarez. He's an instructor, music instructor from the School of Rock in Elk Grove, and they are having a grand opening in about, when is the grand opening?
On July 15th.
July 15th.
Yes.
So he's here to kind of talk about that, talk about what he does over there, and a little bit of history about the School of Rock and what he has been up to the past decade that I haven't seen him. Okay.
Who are you again?
I know. I don't even remember these people anymore.
And
who's this guy?
Who's this guy?
He
He kind of just followed me in.
Right?
I'm the hype man.
Yeah, the hype man. The hype man. Okay, so I'm going to do the administrative stuff. KXVS, Spotlight on the Arts, is a KXVS.org program that runs from noon to 1, focusing on local art, music, and food. If you do a search on Facebook for Spotlight on the Arts, you can like our page and get the most up-to-date information on upcoming guests, events, and activities. My show is usually on Wednesdays, Breaking Barriers from noon to 1. And it focuses, but is not limited to, showcasing the arts in the greater Stockton area by providing a platform for creative expression of views and current events and issues and current events. Sorry about that. Let's see.
But I'm sitting on a stool. I was expecting a platform.
You are a platform.
At least,
A voice is one of the most important things a community can have, and KXVS, the Voice of Stockton, has answered that call. We are building a new community radio station, your radio station, and we need your help. We are inviting all Stocktonians to join the effort so together we can build our citywide FM radio station. There are several ways you can contribute, but I'm not going to go over that right now because there's a lot. What you can do, though, is go and log on to kxvs.org, and you will find several ways of contributing, donating. There's different membership levels as well as different ways to donate. So
you can also try throwing money at your radio.
Right. Woohoo! There you go. So, like I said earlier, my guest today is Angel Alvarez. I haven't seen him in over a decade. We used to kind of hang out, sort of, in the Bay Area circuit, maybe, sort of?
A little bit,
really?
sort of, yeah.
Okay, I think the last time I saw him, he played at the Maritime Hall.
Yeah. We were, since I was friends with your brother, we were peripherally associated.
Peripherally associated.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, so I got some questions from him coming in. Like I said, that was totally distracting. There's some pretty good ones, actually.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. And let's see here. So, your history with me or with my brother. Looks like you did you ever write your own music lyrics, and let's see, share about your experience. Okay, I got like a whole list here.
Oh, cool.
Okay, so let's start with a very basic. Let's talk about some of the instruments that you play.
Okay. I sing / scream.
Yes.
/ moan and choke and die.
Okay.
I also play a guitar, bass. I do keyboards, and I can program drums really well.
Nice.
If you put a real drum set in front of me, it's 4 on the floor and like disco beat, and that's it.
Disco beat. Okay. Now, musical influences. Who do you have?
Oh my God. Okay. Number one, obviously, to Jeff, since the audience doesn't know who I am. No. 9 Inch Nails, Johnny Cash, Killing Joke, Depeche Mode, Erasure. Those are the top ones.
Okay, I was watching this preview for a movie. It was called Atomic Blonde. It's got Charlize Theron in it.
Mm-hmm.
And they actually, I don't know if
like the 80s.
that sound is coming back or what, but they somehow mixed it with, I think, a Kanye song.
Okay.
They took the Depeche Mode song, Personal Jesus, and mixed it in with a Kanye song, and it sounded really good.
No, yeah, I mean that's my bread and butter as far as artistic fulfillment is combining my love of 80s electronic and dance music and combining it with really heavy, aggressive guitars and kind of coming up with a bastardized, Depeche Mode meets Tool meets Ministry.
Love it.
Oh, Ministry's in that list too.
Ministry, definitely.
Yes.
Definitely. Or what about White Zombie or Rob Zombie?
Maybe
a little bit of the heavy bass from that.
Yeah, I'm definitely a fan.
Heavy bass.
Not as fanatic about him as some of the others that I mentioned.
Yeah, yeah. So did you ever write your own lyrics?
All the time.
Nice.
Yeah, absolutely. I believe some of my best lyric writing is happening right now because since I've been doing this for about 20 years, before it was like, what big, wonderful $5 words can I use to make it sound good and have these songs as ambiguous as possible so that everyone can get a message and blah, blah, blah. And how can I sound cool? Where nowadays it's more from the heart. And so I just kind of let it take over and the lyrics write themselves. And so it's ended up being a little more political and kind of like going into different ideas of owning a consciousness for the country and also for the world and trying to change things for the better, but also exploring the darker side of it as, you know, are we getting to the point where we're going to need to use violence to get back what we've lost as a people, you know, because there's so much division and divisiveness and stuff. So, and that just kind of comes out because, you know, I see everything that's happening in the news and I can't honestly sit there and write a song about me and my baby riding in my car and falling in love because there's tons of songs that do that and other people who can do it better. And so I'm just doing what's important to me.
Yeah, I think it's a lot more emotional and raw. I think even from the beginning when I met you and when I was watching some of your performances with the other bands, it's always been really emotional, but like you said, it's at a different level now. Maybe it's probably more organic, whereas before it was more mechanical.
And as far as lyric writing, it was more forced. Yeah, and so it didn't seem genuine to me at the time, and so now what I do seems genuine.
Yeah. It just kind of comes to you now. Yeah. So, performing in the Bay Area, you know, they were in the Bay Area circuit for a while there, actually, quite some time. What was it like for you back at that time? What did you learn? What did you walk away with when, you know? During that time, I know that the 90s was kind of like a time when it's kind of like, to me, there was grunge, right? Yeah, the industrial. It's kind of like an angry time, sort of.
Yeah. It was an angry time. People were discovering new things. They were getting away from, you know, Poison and Def Leppard.
Yeah,
you
the
know,
fruity stuff.
right? You know, which, you know, I'm a Poison fan, so, you know, hate mail, send it to. No. But no, in the 90s, you know, being in my 20s and in the 90s and being in a band that was doing a lot of stuff, I was with Mystic Rage at the time. They're still going strong in the Bay Area. And, yeah, it was just kind of a whirlwind, you know, just doing shows and stuff. And
where did you play? I mean, I remember you were at the Maritime Hall, like I mentioned earlier.
Everywhere.
Yeah, you guys were all over the place. You even went to like some island in the middle here.
Yeah. That from what I remember, we weren't very good.
Shrine of Love.
And yeah, no. But what it taught me is that playing live, doing a band, or doing something artistic like music is a lot of hard work with very little coming back to you.
Yeah.
You know, you spend months and months in a studio or writing songs, rehearsing, performing, to get to that one spot on stage where you have a 20-minute slot, 40-minute slot, and then it's over. And then it's back to work, you know.
You're
and
doing
so
it over again, and you're
again. Yeah.
You know, and sometimes it's really hard for creative folk to try and force themselves to find something to write about, or find something to paint, or find something to illustrate, or find something to, you know, different music, things like that. It doesn't come to you. Sometimes it comes to you at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Oh yeah, no, I suffer from insomnia very badly, and so yeah. Some of my best stuff is like 2 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
You know, half crying because I can't sleep and going, oh, I found a new riff.
There you go. Yeah, that's exactly the same with me. I can't just, you know, put together a piece for, say, a graphic design project or something like that. I can't. It has to happen like way past midnight.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. Well, night owls. That's what we're at. Night owls. So you got this.
I'm more of a trash panda.
A trash panda. So those were the different venues. That's awesome. You played with some pretty good names up there.
Yeah.
You know. So we're gonna take a really quick break, and when we come back, we're gonna talk about what Angel's up to now. It's something really, really cool, and I never heard of it before. There was a movie associated with it. No, I'm just kidding. No, there isn't. There isn't. I take that back.
Yeah, no. It's a completely separate thing.
We'll talk about that afterwards because that's the thing that everybody's been asking me before is that this movie? So we'll talk about that after the break. All right? We'll be right back.
Bye.
Sit in the hot seat and keep it real with Alyssa Love.
Whether you're talking about your love life, past and current friendships, fashion trends, juicy stories, hot topics, food, entertainment, the list is endless.
But what it comes down to,
can you keep it real with Alyssa Love?
Thursday nights starting at 8:05 p.m. on KXVS 92.1 FM, the voice of Stockton.
Welcome to the afternoon entertainment hour at OJ's Juice Bar, and here's today's juice.
Listen to OJ's Juice Bar, Sundays at 4 p.m. on KXVS, the voice of Stockton.
Hi everyone, this is Dr. Julie Dameron, local veterinarian for over 20 years. I am so excited about my new radio show, Tales and Tips, on Tuesday morning at 10 a.m. on Facebook, YouTube, Voice of Stockton, and KXVS Radio. I will discuss relevant issues affecting animals and pet owners today, how to avoid common problems, and how to extend the quality of life for your cherished companions. As a community advocate, I will also discuss important social issues that affect our city. I plan to showcase organizations and heroes who are doing amazing things to help others. Remember to tune in every Tuesday morning at 10, starting soon.
Hello, we're back on Breaking Barriers, and we've got guests Angel Alvarez and Jeff Conde here with us today. And we're going to be talking about the School of Rock in Elk Grove. But before we do that, I kind of wanted to say, that building that it's in, it's pretty awesome.
Yes, it is a historic building.
Awesome.
And it's been there
we go.
It's been an adventure for the owners to make sure that they renovate the building in a way that will keep the city happy.
Hold on.
Whoa.
Turn it off.
Woohoo!
Sorry about that.
All right. But the cool thing is they've been passing all their inspections, and the renovation is going well towards our July 15th grand opening, and the city of Elk Grove is fully behind School of Rock, and it's been a wonderful experience. I mean, a few delays here and there, but it's happening, and we're very excited to, help kids rock
stoked
on stage and in life.
Yeah, I bet the whole town's pretty stoked because it's like, I don't think there's anything like that around there, or really in this area. We're going to talk a little bit more about their whole curriculum and some of the programs they have in a minute. But one of the things that people have been asking me is that like the movie School of Rock? The one with, is it Jack Black? I haven't seen it, so. No,
it's a cute movie.
It is a cute movie.
Yeah,
it is a cute movie.
And it has some similar concepts, but it's absolutely not related in any way.
Not related in any way, everyone.
The idea of School of Rock has been around before the movie came out, and I believe back then it was called Rock School. And then once it became more of a corporate entity and getting more locations, it's now franchise-based. And so the idea of School of Rock is to teach kids all the way from 5 years old up until 18 years old, whether they have musical experience or not, to come in and start learning songs, actual songs right away, so that they can prepare in 3 or 4 months to do an actual show at a music venue, where we would cast them in the show with other kids of their level, so that they can have that experience of learning the songs and being on stage, and on top of that, learning how to speak to the front of house engineer, how to speak to your monitor person, how to work in a group with other people that are like-minded, and just make sure you're not a jerk when you're out there.
Are they actually utilizing the entire building for all the classes and all the?
Yes.
That's awesome.
Yeah, we've got 3 floors. The third floor is going to be offices, and second floor is a large rehearsal space that we're going to have. what our kids are going to be doing is they'll be having a 45-minute private instruction during the week, and then on the weekends they come in with their other classmates and they have a 3-hour rehearsal getting ready for a show. Yeah, and so it's we have one rehearsal spot downstairs that's a little smaller, and then the big one upstairs that's kind of like, it looks like a venue. So it gives them the real experience with the PA and everybody, and so once they get to that point, they do their show, they come back for the new season, learn new songs. If they've advanced, we start teaching them harder stuff. And with the songs, because if you go to your local music shop, and want guitar lessons, they're going to start off with doing things like, okay, here's your pentatonic scale first position, here's these open chords, here's that, with all this theory, and you do that for weeks and weeks and weeks, just running scales, and at that critical point, if the student gets bored, it's really easy for that guitar that they got for Christmas to go up on Craigslist.
Honestly, that's where they lost me when I was learning piano. And I was learning all different things. I was ready to go.
Yeah, so if someone would have sat you down and taught you, for instance, the first thing in your lesson was learning 9 Inch Nails, Something I Can Never Have, and you learned that. And then at the tail end of that, okay, here's why this works, because it's in this key and this. And so it's all about teaching the songs first, and then the theory comes up to support it afterwards.
I wish I had learned it.
Yeah.
Because I was so beyond that. I was like, gosh, I already know the do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do's of this world. I learned that all on my
There's only so many times you can play Greensleeves,
Right. And then I was like, oh, and now we got to sit down and learn this stuff. Of course, everybody's different, folks. I mean, some kids need more of the theory part just as a foundation. But in a case like this, with just saying School of Rock, they actually get you into the music initially from the get-go, right? And then they incorporate the theory along with it. So it's like it works side by side, or maybe a little thereafter.
Yeah, it's more of an immediate gratification type of teaching than sit there and drill these things for several weeks, and then maybe we'll teach you Mary Had a Little Lamb.
Yeah, seriously, that's where I got lost with the piano. I learned, let's see, the saxophone, the flute, and percussion in high school. Band. I was a total band geek.
Angel's taught me how to play guitar. He's the one that asked me, Angel, how do you do that sound when you do
You're so
so
you've always been really good with that. Yeah, I remember that. You've always been really good with instruments.
Yeah, no. As much as I love writing music and being in bands and stuff, from Mystic Rage to A Million Exploding Suns to my current project, 0 Day Threat. As fulfilling as that is, it's been much more fulfilling to be able to impart knowledge onto basically the next generation. The previous job I had about a year ago that ended, I was there for 3 years teaching at Pinnacle College, teaching music recording, production, Pro Tools, because that's what I actually have a bachelor's degree in. And so being able to come back and actually stay within the music realm, but teach the next generation, it gives me goosebumps, because
dream,
it is a dream job. All of my fellow instructors that were hired on to work at School of Rock, Elk Grove, were all just so appreciative, and just because we all do things. The teachers that School of Rock gets aren't the recent graduate from like your local college that has a music degree.
Right.
Since we're very laser focused on getting these kids to perform and get the immediate satisfaction of playing songs live, all of our instructors have an extensive history and current work in bands doing shows. They get paid.
So they've been out there.
Exactly.
They've been out there in the industry. It's like real life situations. It's one of the things that I think School of Rock is really good for too, is when they try and educate the youth about, hey, this is what is going to happen in real life. So be ready if your lights don't work, or something goes down, or it's not, something's just not happening. Be on your toes.
Something as simple as teaching the professionalism that if they're on stage and they themselves or someone else in the band hits a wrong note or messes up. I know early in my career that would happen on stage, and of course I'd start turning my head around. Who did that? What's going on? And it just looks really, it's like, no, you've made a mistake. Just keep going, and look professional.
Look professional about it.
And in doing that, not only does it give a sense of professionalism, but it allows them to be able to communicate with the other musicians that are in their, their young band, and how to communicate with people at the venue. Because I feel that if you give them those skills right off the bat. They're not going to be that diva that shows up to a show and doesn't carry equipment, or where's the green room, But it'll also translate. Like, say they just do this for fun and it doesn't translate into a music career. I think the skills that we're going to impart are going to help when they get a job. How to speak to coworkers, how to speak to a boss, how to assert themselves in an interview in any capacity, so that they have the confidence to do things. Because in other School of Rocks, you get kids that come in that are very shy, soft-spoken, and with our support and help, once they're on stage, I mean, they open up.
Yeah,
they
do.
Yeah,
it's neat. That's the neat part. So instead of learning the pentatonic scale with the classical type, our usual way of learning it, they're learning it with Led Zeppelin. Or something like that.
Led Zeppelin,
or
The Who,
AC/DC,
the Stones. And depending on their age, we start with something simple like Satisfaction, which has 3 chords and one guitar line, or maybe the White Stripes, Seven Nation Army, because that has that one riff all the way through.
It's amazing how Seven Nation Army can only have that one. It's such a simple song, but then it still rocks. Like
exactly. Simplicity can be amazing. I mean, AC/DC's built a career on that.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So it's really cool. I mean, I like I said, I completely understand. Everybody learns at a different way and a different pace, but this is where the kids are able to just be like hands-on from the very beginning.
Mm-hmm.
What kind of class structure is it like? Is it like as you said, there were individual, like one-on-one private lessons? And then
It all depends. Like, say, because we have several different levels of programs that we can do depending on age and maturity for the child. So with our preschoolers, we have our Little Wing program. Okay. Yeah, 5 to 6-year-olds, and they come in and we just start teaching them the fundamentals of how to listen to a song and how to identify different parts of the songs, and then giving them hand percussion instruments to start tapping out beats and figuring out things like that. And then from there, they can graduate to the next level, which is our rookies, where they start getting more private instruction instead of like a group setting, and that's what starts getting them towards like the performance program. So we've got Little Wings, our first through third graders, rookies, where they get more private instruction and they're getting a little better. We've got our Rock 101, which is for our older students, maybe tweens, maybe 9 to 10 years old, things like that, depending on their ability, where it just becomes a little more rigorous and we challenge them to learn songs, and then the cream of the crop is the performance, which is that's where we start, because we don't create bands. We don't go you and you are going to be in this band. It's like, you're good on bass at this level, so we're going to put you with this band for this song, but then on the other song you're really good at vocals, so let's put you in the advanced performance for this. And then on top of that, students have the ability to audition for what's known as the All-Stars. So they've got to have some chops. And what the All-Stars do is they become the cream of the crop of every school, and then those schools form bands around that, and then
do they combine the different students from all the different schools, get them together, or
I don't believe so, because we're a little ways off from All-Stars. We're hoping to get that started pretty quick, but what All-Stars does is it gives these students who've really achieved success in their craft and their performance, stage presence, to go on tour with other School of Rock bands, doing 30 dates and doing festivals and opening for major acts and things like that. And so so that's very, I mean how cool would it have been if we would have gone on tour with a band at 12?
I pulled this image up because you guys aren't going to be able to hear it, but it was one of the images I found in School of Rock Elk Grove. If you do a search for School of Rock Elk Grove on Facebook, you'll be able to like that page. And they have a lot of different information and a lot of fun things that they're involved in. Mm-hmm. There was a few other ones where we have kids actually joining in during concerts with, I think it was Lollapalooza was one of them. Oh gosh, there was like quite a few, but I know that those are different schools, but it was just like examples.
Mm-hmm. Another example is, and you can look up different School of Rock performances on YouTube. There was another school, I believe, from California, where Zakk Wylde from Ozzy Osbourne and Black Label Society came down to one of the performances and jammed Crazy Train with the kids.
There you go.
It
was really really neat. So like I said, definitely, if you're interested, this is the closest school of rock to Stockton. They are located in Elk Grove. Look them up they've got a page on Facebook. And like their page, School of
And
Rock.
we've got a grand opening on July 15th. So if you can come down, hang out, you can learn more about the school. You can see the venue and how we have all the different rooms set up and the live spaces. And all of the instructors will be there to speak with you if you have questions about the program. You come down, check it out, because, it's something that I think can really...
This looks like the staff. This is the staff.
Yeah, that's us right there. Yeah. All those knuckleheads right there. No, we're a family. Yeah,
I know.
within the first day, because when we first got hired, we all got together without really meeting each other to have a jam session, and we all just seemed to click very well. And everyone has, some teach multiple instruments, some just do drums or just do this or whatever. But they're all very important.
So they've got instructors that do drums, vocals also.
Drums, vocals, guitar, bass, and keyboards.
Now I noticed on the website there is like a trial thing, like sign up for a free lesson.
Yes, absolutely. So, and I think this is very important because doing something like this for the parent and the child is, quite the commitment, because you've got not only the 45 minutes, but then the 3 hours every Saturday to rehearse. And so School of Rock always offers the opportunity for you to come by, set an appointment, or even walk in. There may be a spot open, and we just give your child a free lesson.
That's neat.
And
awesome. I know you guys have a lot of signups already as it is. So.
Yeah, we do. I think we're north of 100 signups already for a free lesson, so that's very encouraging. And some of those people have been waiting quite a long time. I mean, the second the graphic on the window went up, Cecilia Yee and Jason Klein, the owners, started getting calls about, when are you opening? Make it now!
I bet. That's a really cool graphic, too. Let's see if I could find that. While I'm looking for that, what's your favorite part about teaching music to kids? What's the best part about that? I know it's really rewarding, but are there any specific?
The best part is when you have a breakthrough on something that they've been having difficulty with. Yes. I definitely experienced that a lot with the college levels kids that I taught at Pinnacle, where they're not getting a concept, and a good teacher has the ability to kind of like flip the script a little bit and approach it from a different angle, or be wary of how that student learns. Are they more visual? Are they more tactile? What's the best way to, so sometimes you got to try different things, but once you get that breakthrough and it opens the gates for them, that's just rewarding.
Love that.
That I've impacted someone to the point where they're going to remember me because, that I learned how to use a compressor because of this guy.
Nice. So I encourage everyone to definitely check it out if you have a Facebook. That's where they've got some of their information. This is what the building looks like.
It's a beautiful building.
It really is.
Yeah.
The Oddfellows building.
And I believe that is the second building on the site. The original one, I think, burnt down in the late 1800s, and so this is the second building.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. I like how it's situated, too, in the street. It seems like
it's right on Elk Grove Boulevard.
The corner.
Yeah.
It's like the sole building there, it seems like.
That
one plot?
Yeah, that one little plot, and then of course there's warehouse space in the back that the owners own as well. And but it's a nice little spot, a historic downtown of Elk Grove, and there's good spots to eat around there. For the parents, there's a good bar across the street.
Yeah, there you go. So.
But don't pick up your kids drunk, please.
So you've got this really cool location. You've got amazing instructors, and I think that for me, I would definitely be willing to make the drive up there, for my kid to do private instruction.
Yeah, from here you're probably looking at about a 45-minute drive.
Yeah. It's not. I'm so used to commuting that.
Who doesn't commute nowadays?
It's like it seems like just a hop, skip, and jump away to me.
Yeah.
So. How did you find your way as a music instructor? Of all things, or even when you started at the other one prior to this?
Well, what happened there is a good friend of mine, Harley Glynn, who he and I went to Expression College together. We got our bachelor's together. We kept in touch over the years, and we're really good friends. And he ended up teaching at Pinnacle College, where they teach what we got our bachelor's degree in. And he was like, hey, we might have an opening. Showed up, did the interview, ended up being great. Of course, the first night I taught solo was frightening. I had spent three days getting a curriculum together, and I was like, all right, this is going to cover the 3-hour class. Half hour in, I'm done.
Oh, I know what you're
yeah. But no, it just became something where it's just like, wow, I found a second calling. And so when School of Rock came up, which I actually got wind of through another buddy of mine, Brendan Duffy. He was like, hey, I know these people that are doing this rock school thing. Go interview. I did. And, that was a while ago because it's taken a while to get the school up. But, the owners are very dedicated. Nice. And yeah, so it's just, I feel good that, honestly, I get to play guitar all day and bass and get paid and then teach some kids how to rock. It can't get better than that.
These kids are probably stoked. All right, so we'll be right back. We're going to take a real quick break, and then when we come back, we're going to talk a little bit more about their opening day and what that'll all entail.
Woohoo!
All right, see you in a little bit.
Attention, Stockton. Are you experiencing a transition in business, relationships, health, or your life purpose? I'm Darius Oliver, and I help people to look within and find clarity and direction in their constantly changing lives. Tune in and listen with me as I go deep into your patterns and personal cycles through divine numerology. Any life transition you're experiencing can be illuminated by an in-depth analysis of your chart. For the first time in Stockton, you now have access to a professional numerologist here to help you light your own way. I'm in the booth to help you find your own truth. Tune in to Divine Numerology every Friday at 3 p.m. on The Voice of Stockton.
Sit in the hot seat and keep it real with Alyssa Love.
Whether you're talking about your love life, past and current friendships, fashion trends, juicy stories, hot topics, food, entertainment, the list is endless.
But what it comes down to,
can you keep it real with Alyssa Love?
Thursday nights starting at 8:05 p.m. on KXVS 92.1 FM, the voice of Stockton.
Coming to 92.1 KXVS, the voice of Stockton, every Thursday at noon. Spotlight on Black Lights, the show that illuminates creative and artistic achievements in the African American community. With your host, Tama Brisbane, Poet Laureate for the city of Stockton, California. The show is Black Lights. Watch how we Coming shine. To 92.1 KXVS, the voice of Stockton, every Thursday at noon. Spotlight on Black Lights, the show that illuminates creative and artistic achievements in the African American community. With your host, Tama Brisbane, Poet Laureate for the city of Stockton, California. The show is Black Lights. And yeah, we see you shining.
Do you want to relive the golden days of Stockton? Join Nate Knott on Stockton Alive every first and third Monday at 6 p.m. Tune into thevoiceofstockton.org. Want to talk politics? Tune in every Sunday at 5 p.m. as Don Mazuski and Dustin Brakeville give you the latest news.
Alongside our political analyst, Professor Sirian Villavicencion and Tamara Sakari.
I can hear you loud and clear, Governor. Sure, I'd be happy to.
On Politics Panoramic.
Welcome back to Breaking Barriers. I'm your host, Jocelyn, and today, again, we have Angel Alvarez from the School of Rock. He's one of the instructors there, and his sidekick, Jeff Conde.
My personal silent Bob.
Yes, he's our sidekick. No, actually, they performed back in the day in the 90s when all the music was angry. No.
Yeah, we haven't seen each other in years, but we just picked up, we saw each other yesterday, which is kind of nice.
Totally.
See you in another 10.
I know. I don't know about after this, though. We're going to go grab lunch and talk some more, so we'll see. We're probably going to spend a lot of time up at School of Rock, though.
Yeah.
I definitely want to check out the building. I love that building. Any historic building to me is freaking awesome. So we're going to, let's cover what's going to happen on grand opening Opening day, grand opening. Is that your official
opening day?
Yeah.
Once that Monday shows up, we are teaching kids.
Nice.
And so the grand opening,
just July 15th.
July 15th. And we're actually going to have School of Rock San Jose, their house band.
Nice.
So we're going to have their kids come up and perform at our location so that prospective students and their parents can take a look and see what the potential is.
Yeah.
And I'm really looking forward to seeing these kids play because I've seen several videos of other School of Rock kids, and it's just amazing, especially when I see some kid, doing a solo from Crazy Train and going, I can't do that. All right, cool. Okay, it looks like I got to practice a little more. These kids are good.
And I don't think there's anything like this in the area here, and if there is, let me know, get a hold of me. I'm on Facebook. My name is Jocelyn Conde on Facebook, and message me, because if there is one here, maybe we can have them in the station as well. But as far as I know, the way the programs are with School of Rock, it's a little bit different from the ones that I've seen nearby. There's a lot of classically trained instructors nearby that are wonderful, but this one's a little bit different. It's to me, it's a different approach. They get right into the music, and then they, like we mentioned earlier, they do a little bit more of the theory. So after learning, getting their hands-on hands-on experience with the actual music. So it's going to be really cool. So what else is happening on the 15th aside from the San Jose? You said this.
The San Jose School of Rock house band, which I believe their name is The Drought. They're going to be coming up and playing. So it's going to be kind of a party atmosphere. We're going to have our doors open. We're going to have some swag available, and it's just a matter of meeting and greeting the community finally, officially. Awesome. and spreading the word as to what we do and what we can do for the community, and empowering our kids to do well in life.
What time does it start, all the festivities?
My director, Maury, is going to be mad at me that I forgot the time, but be there at 10 or 11, I believe. And I'm sure I'm probably going to get texted right now. It's like, it's at this time! Yeah, but we're starting around 10 or 11, so and we'll be there all day. So come by, hang out. Jam with us. I don't know.
That'd be awesome. Do you want to go? We should go head up.
Yeah, let's check it out.
Yeah. I had to check my schedule for the 15th.
Go for tacos afterwards.
Yeesh. Okay, so summer camps.
So
you want to talk about summer camps real quick before we take off?
Yeah, so summer camps, every summer, since kids are out of school, we have the ability to do a full camp. It's not an actual, traditional lesson season. You do a show. It's for example, for 1 week we will have kids come in and learn several songs from, say, the Beatles. And then at the end of the week they do a show based around the Beatles, or we'll have a Green Day week. And different schools have different things. Like I believe San Jose has one where it's all girl groups, which is really cool. And so different themes. That they're just concentrated. It is a boot camp. You just come in, do your thing, perform, and cool. Thank you.
Do they, when they come in, initially, do they already know how to play an instrument? What if they have no idea? They're just fresh,
That's awesome, because
do
if
they have to choose?
Like say our Little Wings program, and our at the level after that. Maury's going to kill me. No, we allow them to play on every single instrument when they're that young, so that they can find what they gravitate to. Older kids will usually come in and go, I want to learn how to play bass.
Right.
And so if they have no experience, they will leave the first lesson knowing a part of one of their favorite songs. Because, say a kid comes in and goes, I really love Green Day. Cool, let's learn a Green Day song real quick and go show mom.
Yeah.
And kind of this is what we can do for your child.
So, you know what? The very first bass song that I learned how to play, I think it was my dad taught me because it was the simplest one, was Satisfaction by the Rolling Stones.
That's
super easy. I could just go through the whole song with him singing, playing the drums or playing the guitar or whatever.
Yeah, that's one of our beginner songs that we do for School of Rock. They told us when we got hired on, get ready to be really annoyed with playing Satisfaction over and over, and Seven Nation Army.
Seven Nation Army, yep. So I'm going to go over some of the things that we talked about today, and I'll also put the links up on the live show, and I'm going to give you the link for the YouTube recording as well, so you can pass that on to your colleagues at School
to my peeps.
Rock. Yeah. The one resource I found all this information on is on Facebook. Unfortunately, no, just kidding. no, it's good. Facebook is excellent.
But that's where everyone gets their news now.
Everybody knows. Facebook is an internet inside internet, you know. So yeah, School of Rock, Elk Grove. Do the search on Facebook. Like their page.
You can also do a search for our location on schoolofrock.com.
Yes, schoolofrock.com, Elk Grove. Elk Grove, like I said, is the nearest one to us here in Stockton. And also Breaking Barriers. We are Spotlight on the Arts on Facebook, as well as, you know, you guys already have the KXVS.org membership information and all that. You can get all that information there.
And if you want to check out some of my personal music, you can find me on Facebook at 0 Day Threat Music. Something.
Can I look? can I look?
Yeah, 0 Day Threat.
0 Day Threat. Can't stick like that.
There it is.
Sweet. How come I didn't like that page yet? There's the angel that I knew.
Yeah. Look at that guy. He looks so angry.
Yeah, it's all that angry music of the 90s. So I wonder why we're total goofballs now. It's like we let it all out. You know, actually, that's what I do. People ask me, okay, so you do all this, you know, karaoke stuff. I'm like, yeah, that's the way I can kind of vent and use my voice.
It's funny, you know, I've played in front of thousands of people at venues, but you get me in front of karaoke with a bartender and 4 drunk people, and I clam up, and I just it's horrible.
You just need another drink. That's all I need. I think that'll help. It's like, trust me, you can dance. You know. Great pictures, by the way. So yeah, so those are the different places, the different resources you can find information, but mostly School of Rock.
School of Rock. It's important.
Elk Grove.
It's a great service to kids. It empowers them. If they're shy, we can fix that, at least to a point. But isn't it true that, like, you know, most musicians they're introverted, shy people anyways. So yeah.
We really are, and that's well, not me. I don't know.
I'm definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Most artists.
Oh, Jeff, you're still here.
Yeah. I have to like really observe everything first, and they'll come back to you guys. Like.
After this, we're probably gonna look at some of. You know, we're probably going to fly some drones and stuff, right? No, maybe?
Maybe.
No?
Yeah,
That'd be cool.
Jeff was telling me some of
the different rules and regulations on
Oh, yeah, the FCC is all over you guys now, huh?
No, but they took off the rules for, like, model aircraft. So
right.
You don't have to worry
this is like the same
you don't
thing
have
too?
to register it anymore, so.
Yeah. So what, like, if we wanted to fly it right above the station here, would that
probably
be okay?
not.
It's probably not. Well, I mean,
I don't know.
I mean, the show is called
good,
Breaking Barriers.
If there's people around, can't do it.
Really? Wow. Okay.
Okay, because I was going to see if we get an aerial shot of the station. That would be really cool. But
maybe if it's like down the street and there's nobody there.
You'll be hiding somewhere. You should have
like
seen the fireworks in my neighborhood last night. Talk about illegal
just right across the street from where I live.
fireworks.
I was like, oh, right. Oh.
Yeah.
Just walk out the door.
Exactly. We didn't even have to go anywhere. We just like pull the lawn chairs out and look up, and huge fireworks. Is the same thing in your neighborhood at all?
Yeah. We went to a fire show.
Probably did it himself.
Yeah, we went to a fireworks show last night, like 3 blocks from our house, and so yeah,
Nice.
that was fun and
Nice.
and mercifully short.
Very.
Because I went to San Francisco once, and it's like 8 hours later. When is it stopping?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's true.
We actually also had the Disney World fireworks display on our TV because, well, we didn't know we were going to have our own actual aerial display last night. But yeah, so that was kind of cool. You know, the castle's all illuminated with matching, you know, aerials and the songs that go with the beat of the music, the displays. So it was really cool.
Yeah,
it was crazy.
Everyone freedomed hard yesterday.
Yeah, totally. So I want to thank Angel for being here today. He had
Thank you for inviting me.
Quite the journey coming down here from where he's from, and also Jeff, who came from the Bay Area. And I haven't seen these guys in a while, so we're going to be around here. We're going to have lunch somewhere nearby. So if you see us, come say hi.
Come say hi.
Yeah.
My hair is hard to miss.
Yeah. He's got the spaghetti hair. So.
Pescati.
All right, everybody. Thank you for tuning in to Breaking Barriers. I'll see you next week. My name is Jocelyn, signing off.
Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone.
See you.